YouTube fam, how y'all doing? TM Nation, how y'all doing? What you're looking at is a pair of the Soundpeats Opera 5 True Wireless Earbuds. I've been using my pair for right about a month now, and guys, I know that Soundpeats usually provides a lot of bang for the buck, but I have to say that the performance and the feature set that you get with these make them extremely impressive for 70 bucks. These are available on Kickstarter as of today, January 11th, but they are going to be limited to 300 pairs. So if you're interested, check the link in the description for more info. I will go over the features, and I also have a few tests a little bit later on in this video, just so you guys have a good idea of what these have to offer. But for the highlights, these will give you up to 33 hours of total use. They're packing Bluetooth 5.3. They're giving you ANC Transparency. They're compatible with the Soundpeats app. They're LDAC compatible, and they're packing high-res audio as well. Starting off with the design of the case, it's pretty straightforward without too much going on besides the battery indicator light in the front, and your USB Type-C charging port is in the back. As you can see, it does have the gold accents, which are a nice touch in my opinion, and overall, it does feel sturdy in the hands. It definitely is not one of the smallest cases in my collection, as the earbuds themselves are fairly large, but as you'll see in a minute, it's still pocketable. Overall, it does get the job done, and I'm glad that it's more of a matte finish, not a glossy finish that attracts fingerprints. But one thing that you don't get with this case is wireless charging. As I said just a moment ago, the earbuds are on the larger side, but one thing that I do like about the design of them is that they have plenty of curves to help you handle them easier when you're putting them in and taking them out of your ears. They're also relatively lightweight and they feel fine in my ears. I've been able to wear them for longer listening sessions of up to 5 hours without any ear fatigue, and they also did a pretty good job of staying in place during exercise. Now, once the sweat started flowing, I did have to reposition them a couple of times, but it really wasn't that bad in comparison to other earbuds that I've tried out that don't have any ear hooks or wings. And being that they're also IPX4 water resistant, they never malfunctioned for me while I had them wet. They do use touch controls, and I'm happy to note that you can pretty much control everything that you would need to. You can volume up and down, track forward and track back, hang up calls, pick up calls. You can activate ANC and transparency. Like I said, you pretty much have everything that you would need, but one thing that you can't do is customize the touches or taps in the app. For the ANC and transparency performance, these do a good job of reducing low humming tones such as an AC running or a fan buzzing, and if you're looking to reduce dialogue, they'll do okay with light to medium levels of talking. You aren't getting multi-mode ANC or transparency with these though, so all that you can do is select from ANC mode, transparency mode, or normal mode, which won't activate any of those features. I've used them outside on my walks a few times, and I would say that they drowned out about 60% of the noise going on around me with the volume set at about 50%. And to be honest guys, anytime I crank these up above that level with ANC on, I really can't hear much of what's going on around me. And for the transparency mode, I would say that the performance is respectable. With it enabled, I'm usually able to hear what's going on around me within about a 3 to 5 foot radius relatively well. And as I mentioned in the intro, you can get up to 33 hours of total use with these when you factor in the case, but on a single charge with the earbuds, you can get a max of up to 9, which is pretty good at the price point. So far, using them between 50 and 75% of the max volume with ANC on most of the time, I'm averaging right at 6 hours and 52 minutes with them before one or both of the earbuds go dead. Occasionally, one earbud will go dead before the other because these do support independent use, so sometimes I will use one earbud and leave the other in the case. You also want to keep in mind that using these with LDAC is going to have a significant impact on your battery life. Using them with both LDAC and ANC, you're going to get closer to 17 hours total and about 4 hours or so with the earbuds. I have been able to use them to watch YouTube videos and movies through the Amazon Prime app without any noticeable latency, but they don't have a built-in gaming mode for a near instant response if that's something that you're looking for. But besides choosing from your different modes, inside of the app you can see the charge left on the earbuds, update the firmware when applicable, choose pre-built EQs or create your own, and access your user manual on the go. And touching on the sound quality, a lot of it is going to come down to the EQ that you use, or if you create your own. Some of the pre-built EQs do sound decent to me. If you don't want to go in there and adjust the EQ bands, I would say go ahead and start with electronic or classical, as those sound the best to my ears for a dynamic sound. But with my custom EQ, I have it set to be heavy on the highs and the bass, with the mids dialed back just a bit. I also did not max out any of the EQ bands because these can get a little bit harsh if you do so, but not only that, it can also cause distortion, especially at the higher volumes. But with mine set the way that I have them, the highs are crisp and clean without being too sibilant, and the mids are present without being too forward. That being said, vocals and background instruments for me come through loud and clear, and the bass provides a nice punch for anything with a decent bass line. So overall, I would say that these provide a nice all-around sound with the two balanced armature drivers. With these, I never find myself feeling like I'm missing out on something that I should be hearing. It's also worth noting that Soundpeats is also releasing the Opera 3s on Kickstarter as well. They're pretty much a little brother to these. Those are only going to have one balanced armature driver, whereas these have two, and those are going to also be $20 cheaper than these are. For those of you all wondering about the call quality, I have made a few voice calls using them, and I think that they will get the job done, but I did take samples for you guys so that you can judge for yourselves. Let's check them out. Alright guys, so right now I have the earbuds paired to my iPhone 14 Pro. The audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on them, and I'm not going to do any type of editing to this sample, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how they perform for voice calls. And now I have some simulated background noise playing in the background. Everything else about this test is exactly the same. I'm not going to do any type of editing. So this should give you a pretty good idea of how the microphones on these will reduce some of that noise. So taking everything into consideration, fam, I think that these are a very solid pair of all-around true wireless earbuds. You're getting ANC, transparency, good sound quality, good call quality, LDAC compatibility, and all of the features added with the Soundpeats app. I mean, for the price, these are a nice pick. As I mentioned earlier, I do wish that they had wireless charging with the case and that you had the ability to customize the controls through the app. But besides that, I really don't have much to complain about with these. I really think that they perform well for the price. Before you get on out of here, if you rock with the channel and your boy Tecmo, hit that subscribe button and knock that notification bell out so you won't miss any of my uploads. Welcome to TM Nation. Peace.